My name is Maria Kingery. I graduated in 1999 with an English degree. I am the Director of Cultural Development at Southern Energy Management. So Southern Energy Management is a sustainable energy company, and we do energy efficiency work and renewable energy work. So we do everything from going into a homeowner or a building owner's building and helping them to make it more energy efficient, taking existing buildings already there and seeing ways that it can use energy more efficiently, to going to installing large-scale solar projects such as the one that folks in this area may be familiar with, the CHASS project, which is 1 megawatt, 5 acres of solar panels. So people, and in the sustainability field, which is a buzzword now, a lot of people are intrigued by the idea, but they don't think that they can have an impact. That, well, my little contribution isn't going to make any difference. But in a macrocosmic sense, if everybody made small changes, then we would have a tremendous impact. At Southern Energy Management, we're just one small company here. But I believe, and my desire and hope and aspiration is that by showing one small example of what is possible and ways to do business and our success can then be a small part of a bigger picture. And so, for example, if we start out by doing business in a certain way and by adhering to certain values and certain business principles, then we're just one small company. But perhaps it will have some effect that will be much greater than we could have imagined. We do have a project at NC State. We actually were fortunate enough to be chosen to install the solar panels on the Solar Center, and we're very excited that people who visit that project get to see. Actually, it's a house, and so they get to see what solar panels would look like, and of course I think they're tremendously beautiful, and that is a great example there. I came to CHASS because I wanted a broad education. I never really, when I was growing up, I thought I was going to be a writer or a lawyer or a teacher or something like that, and so all of those would have been encompassed with CHASS. I've always been and my team will tell you, I'm fascinated by the big ideas. I have a strong belief that at the very core that people are all very similar and that we all want the same things. But what is it really getting to the core of why we're here? I mean, why are we here on this planet? And what are we meant to do? I think those are big questions that we all ask ourselves, or at least, you know, if we have the time, we stop to ask ourselves, what is my purpose in this world? And I saw CHASS and liberal arts and with the philosophy courses and the psychology courses and as well as the literature courses as being a great combination to explore that question. It's been quite a journey here in growing this company, and initially, of course, my writing skills that I acquired through the English department were put to good use because, while I must confess we didn't write a formal business plan when we first started out, you know, we did have to communicate in writing what it was that we were trying to accomplish and what it was that our business wanted to be. So people often say in business that the people part is the most challenging part. For me, it's the most exciting part and the most interesting part and the most rewarding part. And so this background that I've acquired through my experiences at CHASS and really thinking about these things and thinking about what motivates people and what gets people excited in the workplace has been something that has been extremely valuable. My advice to students coming into CHASS is to expose yourself to as many of the departments as you possibly can, because what you get from literature, actually being able to relate that to what you get from philosophy, to what you get from the psychology department, and you know, is invaluable. The combination of those things helps you to broaden your perspective and actually informs each other. And the other thing I would suggest to people, I suggest to everybody, is to follow your passion and be open and aware to those things that really spark your enthusiasm and that you really feel excited about, and explore those and grab onto them and move forward with them.